Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I have decided to keep the Robert Eggers movies going and I am going to be reacting to The Witch. Obviously I reacted to The Lighthouse last week, which I believe was his second film, The Witch being his first, so we've went back a step, and his newest one is The Northman, so I will probably be reacting to that sometime in the future as well. What do I know about this movie? I know very little about this movie other than I did watch the trailer when it first came out. It looks like it's about a family moving to a small sort of rural farm area to live by themselves in isolation, and there is a witch living in the woods next to them. So if you crossed M. Night Shyamalan's The Village with the Blair Witch Project and then put a weird aesthetic over the top of it like Robert Eggers does with his films, if The Lighthouse is anything to fucking go by anyway, we'll probably land somewhere near The Witch. Regardless, it was highly acclaimed when it came out, so I'm looking forward to checking this shit out. I loves me a good horror. I don't know if it's going to be more horror, suspense, or just some weird shit. Either way, the trailer got me interested, so let's check this shit out and see what it's saying to it. A New England folk tale. I was reading that The Lighthouse was meant to be written like some weird Greek folk tale, so it doesn't surprise me that this is like a New England folk tale.
Kindred. Our father's houses.
Oh, she's the girl from Split who survives. It's a great movie, Split, if you haven't seen it.
We are your judges, and not you ours.
I cannot be judged by false Christians. For I have done nothing save preach Christ's true gospel.
So is he on trial for being a different type of Christian?
Then take your leave and trouble us no further.
He must be some sort of religious extremist, or in their view, a religious extremist who believes a altered version of the same religion perhaps, and because of that he's been banished from the town. I always assumed that by the trailer it was just him and his family moving somewhere. It seems like he's being forcibly pushed the fuck out of there for being a bit loopy with his beliefs. But again, one man's religion is another man's cult. All beliefs are loopy if you're looking at them from the outside, trust me. And that's a great two shots that we did see in the trailer, you know, the doors closing behind them from the town and then just being out essentially into the wild to fend for themselves. Also, that wagon looks like it's about to fall apart any second now. I wouldn't want to be riding on the back of that thing. Already, that singing mixed with a violin, like it's very... Robert Eggers is good at creating an unsettling tone. He doesn't go for straight traditional horror. He's trying to make you uneasy and unsettled with nightmarish-like elements. Oh shit! It's the woman from Game of Thrones. The Vale. The lady of the... in the Vale, is it? Crazy bitch she was in that TV show, I'll tell you that much. Also, is he the guy from Game of Thrones? Well, I've got to say, if this dude has just straight up built this farm himself, he's done a fucking cracking job.
I have, in secret, played upon thy Sabbath.
Does this woman ever get a role where she's not fucking breastfeeding? She's like the breastfeeding actress at this point. Jesus Christ, Lady of the Vale, calm the fuck down. Her right nipple must be like 3 times longer than her left one just from her acting roles.
For the sake of thy son, forgive me. Show me mercy.
She's doing a good Yorkshire accent. I don't know if she's actually an English actress, but if not, she's doing an excellent Yorkshire accent. My Yorkshire sounds a bit Burnleyish, but then people from York sound Burnleyish to me. Yorkshire. Burnley. Burnley and Yorkshire.
Boo! There you are.
Even the kid looks slightly confused at this game, doesn't know if he's enjoying it or not.
Boo!
They gave this away in the trailer, so I did know that was about to happen, but still, what a fucking creepy way to lose a child. I was unsure whether or not the witch was real, but you would assume that because this has happened, the witch is real in this movie. and it's not like some bullshit. Or one of them being the witch, maybe? I've no idea. Oh my god, so it's just fucking cutting up the baby. And then bathing in the baby guts. What the absolute fuck is this? I've got no words after that scene. How long are we into this movie? Took 9 minutes for baby guts, this movie did. 9 minutes for a chopped up child. Well done, the witch. That's gotta be some sort of fucking Usain Bolt-like Olympic record. Robert Eggers, you don't half write some fucked up shit, my man. No wonder you don't need jump scares in your horror. You write the most fucking horrific things. No jump scare necessary. So the crops have failed as well, and now they have to catch animals if they want to survive. Well, shit is not starting off well for this family. It's hard to get back up into a interested mindset after those first 10 minutes. That was fucking so grim. The grimmest thing I've seen in all my reactions, I would say.
Canst thou tell me what thy corrupt nature is?
My corrupt nature is empty of grace, bent unto sin, only unto sin, and that continually.
So his dad's teaching him that he's got a corrupt nature. Definitely a religious extremist as the father.
Tell me,
Tell thee what?
is he in hell?
Caleb.
Mother will not stop her prayer.
They believe that the baby has went to hell because he is born in a sinner. That's so fucked up.
Fain would I tell thee that Sam sleeps in Jesus, that thou wilt, that I will. But I cannot tell thee that.
I appreciate his honesty towards his son with his belief system, but it is a brutal belief system if it is leading you to those thoughts. But all the eggs going bad now as well, it seems like everything they're trying to do for food is like fucking up in one way or another. Usually that'd be an incredibly horrific thing I've just witnessed, but nothing will top the opening 9 minutes. It's all downhill from here in horrificness. Or uphill, depending on your mindset.
Bowler!
Fowler, what is't?
Oh, they better not do anything to the dog in this movie. They better not do anything to that dog. Such an old school rifle as well, you only get one shot. Lose yourself echoing in his head as he was aiming.
Oh, Fowler!
So he almost blinded himself there and didn't catch the hare. Well, that was a fucking fail. It's so authentic to the time period. I'm not even sure of the exact place and time they're trying to put this in, but it just feels so authentically old.
You two, stop that!
Heavens bless us!
That goat is a great actor.
Oh!
He's not having the best day, is he, the dad? It's nice to have a bit of slapstick comedy relief though. Thanks for that slip.
I thought I seen an apple tree in the valley. Father brought the gun. For if we glanced at
Why
wolf,
did you not tell me?
Father wanted it a surprise.
Why does he have to cover for the reason him and his dad went out hunting? Is she just worried that another one of her children will get lost? I suppose after losing your baby you would be terrified to let any of them out of your sight, so... Oh, I'm definitely reacting to a comedy next week. This is just too much weird, gruesome shit I've been watching recently. And the wee bro keeps checking out his sister's breasts, which is quite unsettling.
What's the matter with thee? Come hither.
The son's acting quite weird as well. Is he still just dwelling on whether or not the baby's in hell?
I be the witch of the wood, and I have come to steal ye. Hear me stick a flying through the trees. Clickety-clackety.
Fucking hell, you wouldn't be doing that after you'd just lost your little baby brother.
It was a witch.
Aye. It was a witch, Mercy. You speak aright.
She gonna turn it round on her, try and scare her.
I be the witch of the wood.
Liar, liar.
I am.
Listen not to her, Mercy.
I am that very witch.
That is really creepy. I wonder if one of these people is actually the witch, or there is just a witch in the wood, or if there is no witch. I'm definitely curious as to what the explanation for this is going to be.
It's not true!
It is thou thing, how I crave to sink my teeth into thy pink flesh. If ever thou tellest thy mother of this, I'll witch thee and thy mother.
This is creepy as fuck.
Go tell mother and father of my wickedness.
Thomasin.
I hate that pity. I need it not.
Why is she being so fucking weird now?
Our Lord and only Saviour, Jesus Christ. Amen.
That is a strange praying position he had. He didn't have his hands clasped, he had them open and upward. Is that an old school way to pray or something? Because that's more the pose that Jesus himself would make.
How thou could lose me father's silver wine cup in this hovel, I cannot know.
Haven't done
Peace, child. He's gone. Did a wolf vanish out too?
Was she insinuating that it wasn't a wolf that took the baby? I mean, we all saw the scene, we know it wasn't, but why is she speculative?
We must find some light in our darkness. Tomorrow we will have a fast day, but for our sins.
This seems like the most miserable household of all time, by the way. Oh, there we go, we got a little laugh at the end of the scene. The fucking weird violin starting again. Wonder what the soundtrack violinist thought when they were given these notes. They were like, you want me to play what? You want me to just use the bow backwards? What? Oof, that's some prime meat right now, if you're starving.
Just remember I love thee.
I mean, obviously they're all still mourning the missing baby, so it's expected that it's not a happy household, but just their entire disposition since the beginning of this film seems incredibly, I don't know, bleak. I prefer those crazy, extremist religious people who always have them creepy smiles on their faces, to be honest. At least they're happy with their insanity.
We should never have left.
She is 100% correct. It looked way better back at that plantation. And it is his fault they had to leave, so technically everything that happens throughout this film is this guy's fault.
She's old enough. She must leave to serve another family.
It was not her fault.
What? They're kicking out their daughter? Is this how bad they're worrying about the food? They could just denounce the bullshit they were talking and return to the plantation, but no, they'd rather give away their own child after losing a baby.
And Thomasin,
That corn is trash.
we cannot back to that church.
We will starve.
Peace.
Imagine being the children of this family and overhearing this conversation as well. We're all gonna starve to death and your baby brother's in hell. Good night.
Let me along.
I cannot.
If you don't let me along with you, I'll wake mother and father this instant.
Where the fuck are they gonna go? Also, he'll be thinking, shit, I would have got to ride that horse, but now she comes, she has to have the horse. This ain't fair.
Does not remember Fowler laying on the floor in the sun? You must.
Nay.
That is a giant gun that poor kid has to carry as well.
Oh, straight back!
He's gone mad!
Did her falling off the horse knock her out? Oh, he's terrible at the whistle. That's not going to help you, mate.
From evil I will turn to thee. None ever shall destroy my faith, nor do I mind what Satan said.
So fucking creepy, man. So, they said they'd be back by midday. They're obviously not going to be. Oh, is that the dog injured? Fuck off. I don't know if this film is unsettling as it is just fucking horrifically depressing. It all looks so grey and dull and miserable, even the colours they've chosen for it. Oh shit, is this the witch's hut? This definitely looks like a place he should not be going to. Is this the witch? This is not what the witch looked like when we saw her before. Oh, why would you still walk towards it, mate? Fucking run. Oh my god, that's fucking creepy. So there is an actual witch in the woods. Ugh. Fucking, oh, gross.
You have no gun, William. No, not even a dog. Be not a fool.
I am a fool to go. There is none will help this family.
Things are just falling apart. So that's 2 of the kids missing now. It's like they're getting bumped off one by one. I mean, no offense to the dad, but ideally the witch would kill him and then the rest of the family just decide to book it back to the plantation and apologise. Because they are doomed if they stay out here.
The goat's been bedded down yet?
No.
I'll to it.
Let it wait till the morrow. They dare not escape with this rain.
I have no idea what's going to happen next, but I fear for all the kids in this family. The mother and father don't seem to be in direct danger. That's the strange thing. It's like they're the cause of all of this, yet they seem like they're not having to deal with any of it other than the grief, of course, of losing children. The witch let him live, and he found his way back. Well, I wasn't expecting that. What had happened to him then? I'm hoping we find out. What the fuck went down? Was that to get rid of an infection or something? He's a good wood chopper. I wonder if the actual actor did it with this accuracy, or if they got someone who was more regularly used to chopping wood to do it.
Ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. What else Caleb got for him? What else?
She's such an antagonist to the goats. What the fuck have they did to deserve this constant baaing in their ears? Oh, gross. Blood milk. Okay. Even the goat looked curious there. What a fucking actor this goat is.
This is unnatural providence.
I know not that.
Look at thy son.
Robert Eggers loves writing dialogue in time-specific language that isn't used anymore. It was the same in The Lighthouse with the olden time accents they were using in that film. It's almost the same in this one, except for a different time period where they still use they and thee and thy and stuff like that. We still use they, sorry, but you know, thee and thy.
I'll scour the field. There must be some fruit yet untouched by this rot. I beseech thee, Catherine, what canst thou do for him presently?
How might we all bear it to the village with no horse?
Anytime they separate, I fear for one of them. Like now he is leaving the mother and Caleb at the little site they've built. I fear more for the people left there, I guess.
I want to be home.
Thou shalt be home by candle time tomorrow.
In England.
Yeah, I don't blame her at this point. I genuinely don't blame her. Like, day one when the baby went missing, they should have all just booked it back to that plantation. It's really fucking selfish. And I guess it shows that this is what, like, unfortunately, children and families of people with extremist beliefs have to go through. They have to put up with all this bullshit, and the person with the extremist beliefs won't fucking listen to any of your reasoning or questioning regarding it.
I cannot see Christ's help is near. I pray, but I cannot.
Agreed. If you were religious and you were going through this, you'd be like, really, God? Really? Goat blood milk? Really? Literal baby shampoo? Really?
If you can spare a while, do. We'll leave at dawn. I promise you that.
Hey, okay, so he's actually been won over that they are in essentially a hellhole. I mean, the hell they believe in cannot be much worse than the earth they are living on. What the fuck is it now?
Get the broad eyes you could have had. Get the narrow eyes you could have had.
Was he talking in a different language there? I couldn't understand a word he said. What the fuck?
Oh God! William!
Hold it.
Oh my god, this is horrific. What the fuck? Oh my god, what the fuck was that? An apple as well, wow.
She's done Flora's milk to blood. She had Benedict secret from you.
But just to quiet her.
She made bargain with Satan. Signed his book.
Silence!
Has she made a deal with the devil or something? I am really starting to suspect the older daughter now.
Dost thou love the word of God? Yes. Love you the Bible? Love you prayer?
Yes. Yes.
This is fucking creepy. I'm sorry if all I'm saying is like, what the fuck, fucking hell, and this is fucking weird, but I think all three reactions are warranted during this movie.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
But I'm definitely starting to believe the younger children. There's just too much fuckeries going on.
My Lord! My Jesus! Save me! They can't cry! Devils!
I mean, this is, I guess, how to do horror without a jump scare. This is just uneasy and fucking horrible. Which is horror. You know, it's fucking horrific. Which is like horror mixed with terrific.
My soul's salvation! Take me to thy lap!
Holy shit, I've got to say as well that acting in this from the child actors is absolutely exceptional. Really top tier shit here. Oh, did he just die?
My God. My God.
My God, this film just keeps getting more fucking horrible. If this father doesn't get everybody on the wagon instantly and fucking leave this place, he's got to be in on it or something. Who in their right mind would stay here?
This tree will be lovely come spring. Do you remember when we came hither?
See, he still wants to stay here. What is your fucking problem, mate? Are you crazy? Well, yeah, obviously you're crazy, but like, are you dumb? Get on your fucking wagon and go apologise to the Big Hat Plantation people. The UFO hat gang.
I saw the serpent in my son. You stopped their prayers.
They lie!
I saw it. Caleb disappeared with thee.
Yeah, it's true. Something weird happened. Like, all of a sudden, he went strange, woke up as if he was better, then instantly died.
You took of mother's cup and let her rail at me. You confessed not till it was too late. Is that true?
Please thee.
I will not.
True, he did do that shit.
You cannot bring the crops to yield. You cannot hunt. Is that truth enough?
Enough.
Thou canst do nothing save cut wood.
Oh, don't hate on his hunting ability, you're gonna push him over the edge. It's true though, he can't hunt for shit. He's not exactly a breadwinner.
The twins know it
Slander
too.
thy brethren no more.
It is they.
From my sight.
'Twas they in that goat what bewitched this whole farm.
Lies.
She's trying to now blame it on the two youngest. This shit is like, it's almost hard to react to because I feel like I'm watching interactions that are seemingly normal within this family but abnormal to the rest of the fucking world. It's like looking in on an alien culture. It truly feels alien. Just like The Lighthouse did in many places. This guy has got this fucking weird tone down pat.
Jonas and Mercy. They made covenant with the devil in the shape of Black Philip.
Dost hear that? Ye black minions!
I wonder if that's true. Is it the youngest? So they made a deal with the goat, and he believes that that's what's caused the curse.
The devil will speak to scripture too.
Oh, no, it not. It's not true.
We are damned.
Break!
This is such good acting. I completely buy that these people are from the time period they're portraying.
Keep me from this goat.
If that old Billy be the devil, I'd have danced with him myself.
Locked in the goat shed with the perceived devil goat. It's like Big Brother are just really reaching in their final season.
Does he really speak to thee?
Everybody's descending into a paranoid madness as well as to who is the cause of all this. I mean, we have seen the witch twice though, so either that's a hallucination or the witch can shapeshift, or there is actually a witch out there doing all of this shit. God, I'm gonna need to watch a The Witch Explained video after this one. I watched a The Lighthouse Explained video last week. Does Robert Eggers ever make coherent movies by any chance? Not that it's incoherent, I'm aware of what's happening, it's just what's happening is fucking intrinsically quite incoherent. He certainly picks a strange time of night to start chopping wood. Generally it's something done in the daytime, but you know, if you can't sleep.
Dispose of me, how thou wilt. that redeemed my children.
He's making himself a martyr now. Even though he started all this, I would respect it if he does something to stop it all while sacrificing himself.
I beg thee, my Christ, I have not damned my family.
What form of Christianity does this family believe in? It's definitely not Orthodox Christianity. Is it a variation? What am I missing? Why was he preaching stuff the rest of the plantation didn't agree with? If anybody knows, leave it in the comments, please. That was creepy because the only other time we'd seen a leg appear first was when Caleb saw the witch in the woods. Maybe the mother's the witch. That would be an interesting twist. If you've watched Game of Thrones, it would be certainly not a far stretch of the imagination to imagine this woman as a witch. She is certainly good at playing crazy. What the fuck? I mean, this has got to be a dream, right?
Is that Denny? I must wake thy father.
This can't be real. Or did his prayer literally bring his children back to life? What the fuck was that?
I have brought a book for your mother. Will you look at it with me?
So they brought a book. Is this the witch making her read the satanic shit now? It's the only thing I can think makes sense.
Flora? Flora?
Oh fuck, it's the witch. So it is an actual witch. Fucking hell. And we saw all three of them in there, so none of them must be the witch. Well, he's got some shit to wake up to. It's nice he got a good night's sleeping amongst everybody else's trauma. Who says prayer doesn't work? So did all that happen? Or was she fucking dreaming? She does have blood on her top. Is that breast milk blood, by any chance? Just a shot in the dark. Is her tits bleeding? If they are dead inside this goat pen, it is his fault for not leaving there the day before. 100%. Oh fuck! Stabbed by the goat, shit! At this point, I think the goat was the witch. Oh fuck. How did she survive the night though? Why is she untouched? I've so many questions and I don't think there's long enough left in this film to explain it.
You have their blood upon thy hands. It is you.
Oh my god, is it just these two left alive now then? Seemingly unharmed. It's quite an unnecessary leap to straight up stab her in the head when she was essentially flailing at you. Oh my god, this is so grim. So she's just stabbed her mum to death. How do I even quantify this? I'm thinking about what I'm going to say when this film ends in my review, and it's just going to be like 10 minutes of total confusion. Well, if she's not the witch, she's certainly having a really tough time of things, having lost all her younger brothers and sisters, her father and her mother, because I swear she's the only one left now. She is, isn't she? She's the last one left alive now. In my mind, only one of three things can happen from here. Either she goes out to confront the witch, or she just goes back to the plantation, or we find out she was the witch, or making a deal with the witch. That's got to be the only options from where we go from here. If something other than that happens, I won't be surprised, given the nature of the fucking movie we've just watched, but I'm assuming it's got to be one of those. Well, she's taken the death of her entire family pretty well. It is just her and the goat, actually, so the goat could still be the witch. One of these motherfuckers is a witch, that's all I know.
Conjure thee to speak to me. Speak as thou dost speak to Jonas and Mercy.
So she still does believe it was her two youngest that made a deal with him. Her two youngest brothers and sisters.
What dost thou want?
Are you shitting me? So the goat was the fucking witch? Wow!
Dost thou see a book before thee?
So it wants her to read from this book. Is the book the Bible? Like some sort of devil Bible? Did she just decide to turn to the devil after all that other shit happened? Also, the goat was very well spoken. You know, I'll say that for the embodiment of Satan. Well educated. Is it a coven of witches? And you would have thought this is the first time this channel would have had a woman dancing in a circle naked. Not true. The Wicker Man, 1973. Has she just joined the Witches Coven? Creepy fucking movie. I wonder what of it was derived from real stories and what wasn't. Okay, and that was The Witch, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, The Witch, what did I think of that? I feel like Robert Eggers at this point has some serious fucking explaining to do, and a psychological examination needs to be conducted on him right the fuck now. How you can write movies like this and movies like The Lighthouse, he must be really interested in old folklore and myth and stuff, but he seems to be taking the ugliest, most uncomfortably feeling-inducing material and then combining it into something which sort of follows essentially a basic story, and it's all about the fucking weird, uneasy, or just horrific and grim things mixed into that arc, which leave you with such an uncomfortable feeling by the end of the movie. The Lighthouse was almost the exact same. Tonally, it was different. I would say The Lighthouse wasn't straight horror. It was more, I don't know, a psychological thriller, maybe you would call it. It's about a man's slow descent into, you know, things getting worse. This I would class as more traditional horror. When you're dealing with a witch, obviously that it's very horror-centric, you know, the concept of a witch. They mixed that in with an extremist religious family having to encounter that, which would obviously be their worst nightmares if they didn't believe in Satan. And the biggest twist for me was that the fucking goat was, I don't know, Lucifer or another witch the whole time. It has to have been, and it has to be able to shapeshift, I guess, if what she saw in the goat pen at night was real. Because she looked up, and the witch had went from landing on the roof to being inside without breaking the wood, which to me says that the goat turned into the witch in that scene. I had no idea we were going to get that grim, but I understood the way this guy tries to write horror is not your traditional loud violin stab and a jump scare. He tries to more create a constant feeling of uneasiness and dread. Certainly some of the most uncomfortable shit I've had to sit through on this channel. I would watch Mulholland Drive another 5 times in a row, because that was weird, but it wasn't like grim and grisly on top of its weird and abstractness. And this was just all of those things. Again, very nightmarish in quality. When you finally heard the goat speak as well, Jesus Christ, I mean, this whole time I was thinking, is it this family member, is it that family member? I guess unless we're dealing with an unreliable narrator and nobody was narrating this, then the goat this whole time was the devil and was letting the witches in the woods slowly kill the family? I'm gonna have to watch one of these The Witch Explained videos, I just know it. Is there ever gonna be a Robert Eggers film I watch where I don't instantly have to watch an explained video about the film afterwards? Because that's 2 out of 2 now, Robert. What the fuck is wrong with you, Robert? That man needs to be held down and bludgeoned with a stick. like. I already knew it was going to be filmed excellently because he showed with The Lighthouse how great he is at framing and his selection of camera angles and shots and shit, but yes, this was filmed beautifully. It was all so dull, grey and miserable. It set the bleak tone of the film perfectly. Very few smiles in it. Everyone was very solemn and quite miserable. Whether the witch was real or not, the biggest culprit in this film was the dad for making the family go there to begin with and then not day one running back to the plantation. What a dumbass. And really, every single actor in it, maybe the two youngest children weren't the best actors, but what can you expect from kids that age? But every actor from Caleb up was really incredible in this film. Completely bought that they were a family from the time period this is being portrayed in. Completely bought the set design and the scenery that they were actually there within that time period. All of that shit was done perfectly. And again, when you take something out of modern times and then make it that abstract, it can come across as very alien or nightmarish. Like we were watching a family from a different planet, given their strange belief systems and all the strange shit going on around them. There was just no place to find any sort of normality and feel comfortable. It kept you in a constant zone of discomfort. Now, it's hard for me to judge on a horror scale whether it was scary or not, because I personally don't find horror scary really, and I didn't find this film scary. I found it like grim and uneasy, but at the same time very unique and very original. And it was fascinating to see that many of the stuff mixed into this film were taken directly, some of them apparently sentences taken directly from stories from old folklore, myths or accounts of witchcraft from the past. I guess that adds a layer of authenticity to it all, and I'm curious now as to what parts of the dialogue he did lift directly from these old stories about witchcraft. I'm assuming The Northman is his most commercial film, because The Northman can't be a third one as batshit crazy as this. I hope he has got all that shit out of his system between The Lighthouse and this, because yes, these are unique and original films, but incredibly unnerving, and not even in a good way. Like, uncomfortableness, okay, I can understand if you're trying to make the viewer feel uncomfortable, but to make me feel uncomfortable for an hour and a half, I'll probably never revisit this film, regardless of its quality, because I'm like, no, that film's grim and just made me feel uncomfortable. I was curious as to what exactly was going on. It was almost like a murder mystery, but it was like, who is the killer? Who is the witch kind of thing. And then at the end, it didn't seem to matter. I mean, the big twist, I guess, was that the goat was the devil and people were talking to it. And unless I have the ending completely mistaken, I'm assuming by the end, she saw her entire family die around her and then decided herself to make a pact with the goat and then joined the witches. Did it just happen like that verbatim? Is that what we saw at the end? She just fucked off into the woods to join the witches coven? I'm not joking. As soon as this review finishes, I'm gonna go and watch The Witch Explain video so that I can stop doing all this mental arithmetic to understand exactly what I've just seen. It was a unique film and an original film. It was just a fucking grim, unnerving situation that I was happy to see came to an end, which I guess again is very nightmarish, you know. Now that it's finished, I am happy to have woken back up from the shit I've just seen. Regardless, I mean, I have heard really good things about The Northman, so that is on the agenda for the near future. And you know, what can I say? This shit was certainly an experience. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch more of these movie reactions along with us in future. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get full-length versions of all my YouTube reactions. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.